Yeah, you know me. Alright. I'm back with another video. Alright. So today, we are going to be watching, I should have known this already, Pavel Datsyuk was the most creative player. Pavel Datsyuk was the most creative NHL player of all time. So today we're going to be watching Pavel Datsyuk was the most creative NHL player to ever live. This is why. So we're going to find out why Pavel Datsyuk was the most creative player of all time.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You know, I'm a big Pavel Datsyuk fan. Ever since I first saw my first Pavel Datsyuk video, I was amazed. Alright, so let's get straight into this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. For anybody who's already a part of the community, I appreciate you. You know I do. So let's get straight into this, man.
The date is November 12th, 2003, and it's a 5-2 regular season blowout game between the Detroit Red Wings and Dallas Stars. With less than a minute left, the game might be over, but you're about to witness one of the most iconic goals in hockey history.
The clear all alone! Oh, what a goal!
This was the origin of the Magic Man, Pavel Datsyuk. In just his second season in the NHL, we'd seen flashes of brilliance from Datsyuk, but nothing like this goal before. For the years that would follow, Datsyuk would hold the domination of the league in a way that we've never seen before. He didn't have
best
the
goal of
individual
all time.
stats
Best
like
goal
the
I've ever
greats,
seen.
but he revolutionized the game with his creativity both with and without the puck. To give you an idea of how dominant Datsyuk truly was, all you had to do was listen to the players playing against him. In 2012, an NHLPA poll asked the players to vote on who they thought was the best in each category. Pavel Datsyuk was voted in the top spot for 6 different results, including the smartest player and the hardest to take the puck from. Datsyuk won 2 Stanley Cups, 3 Selke trophies, and 4 Lady Byng trophies, but despite all that, he never had a 100-point season in his career. Yet, he was still an unstoppable force. So, how exactly did Pavel Datsyuk become the most dominant player in hockey? Let's start with his undeniable skill and creativity. He would do so many little things in a game that would leave you wondering how exactly he was able to do
my
that.
God.
Whether the play resulted in a goal or not, he was learning how to manipulate defenders to his will. Players could do this before Datsyuk, but he mastered the timing and the consistency in which he would do it. In today's NHL, you probably hear skating coaches talk about how defenders should limit crossing their feet, and that's all thanks to Pavel Datsyuk. Datsyuk was the master at pulling defenders and their momentum one way, waiting for their feet to cross, and then cutting back against the grain. If you went one way, it's because Pavel Datsyuk wanted you to go that way. If you look at the game now, this has become a more common move for players off the rush. Players today are more conscious of the defender's feet in one-on-one situations, and they're looking for a slip up to attack it. This is way easier said than done, but Datsyuk would do this all the time. It takes a high level of awareness and almost perfect timing to pull this off at top speed, yet Datsyuk would do this effortlessly. Even if you anticipated a cutback while trying to defend Datsyuk, he would anticipate it first, and you would probably find yourself on the highlight pack later that night. When one-on-one with defenders, Datsyuk's creativity, skill, and deception was something all hockey players and fans would just marvel at. Even as a defender, when you boxed out Datsyuk or forced him to his backhand, he would still find ways to embarrass you. His backhand shot was better than most players' forehand shot. And as an offensive player, he was showing how it's possible to create offense in almost any scenario. This doesn't even include how skilled and creative he was when he was one-on-one with the goalie, which, if you've seen any Datsyuk highlight compilation video on YouTube, there really is no further explanation.
Yeah.
Every single Datsyuk move we've seen,
that one right there, bro. Look, that's the greatest goal of all time to me. To me, I don't care what you say. You want my blood? Take my blood. The greatest goal of all time. This right here.
There's no further explanation.
It's the greatest goal of all time.
Every single Datsyuk move
that
we've
one right
seen
there
has been done or copied in today's NHL in some fashion. He showed players the door.
They didn't do it the same. They didn't do it the same.
Today's stars have busted through that door. But the one thing I and many other players, coaches, and even fans love about Datsyuk is how he would marry this skill with his hockey IQ on both sides of the puck. From defense to offense, Datsyuk had a sixth sense that allowed him to just be consistently ahead of his opponents. He had a gift of understanding the other team's systems.
Oh my God!
Take this example where Datsyuk feels the pressure from a forechecker. In this case, it's the F3 or the third forward in the forecheck, and he uses a fake to pull the F3 deeper into the zone by making him hesitate for a split second. This little play creates a 3-on-2 for Detroit the other way. Even when he didn't have the puck, he he understood pressure. Here, the puck is on the boards and Datsyuk is trying to fish it out. Knowing full well that his head is down, he senses that the F3 will come in looking for blood. Sensing this, and probably using his peripheral vision as well, he simply steps back when he hears the footsteps. This forces the Dallas forwards to hit into each other and yet again causes all three Dallas forwards to get caught deep for a rush chance the other way. Some of Datsyuk's best work came when he didn't even have the puck. In my opinion, there has yet to be a single player who can steal pucks the way Pavel Datsyuk did. The way he would cause turnovers was a reflection of how well Datsyuk understood the game and how easily he would manipulate his opponents. With just his stick, he would angle guys and force them to put pucks in vulnerable positions for him to execute a perfectly timed stick lift.
Nice.
Datsyuk was an absolute thief, and if you weren't careful, you would get caught looking pretty silly. Even when the puck wasn't anywhere near him, he would anticipate plays perfectly. Whether it's a quick read to cut off the breakout or understanding where to be on an odd man rush against, creating offense against Datsyuk was incredibly challenging. And it was this awareness away from the puck that made Datsyuk one of the most
So he was that good on defense too. I wasn't even aware of that.
Game. On top of all this
now I know.
And creativity, Datsyuk was terrific at playing the body. He was as strong as he was smart on the ice, and if he couldn't get you with his stick, he would separate you from the puck with his body. Even if you did get a shot at Datsyuk, he would throw a reverse hit to make sure you think twice before doing so. Datsyuk knew how to hit and finish his checks, but more importantly, he knew how to take one. When you put all this together, you get one of the most dominant hockey players to ever live. In an era where skill wasn't as prominent as it is today, Datsyuk was years ahead of the competition and everything you wanted in a superstar player. Although he may not have the insane individual numbers that other hockey greats do, he deserves to be in that conversation. His play inspired a level of creativity that we see in today's game, and that alone makes him one of the greatest players to ever do it. Before we end this video and get to the featured question, I want to thank our sponsor for today's video, Hockey Training.
Shout out to Hockey Training. Alright, thank you very much for tuning into today's video, guys. Where does Pavel Datsyuk rank in your top 10? Let me know down in the comments. In my top 10, I think I've already done my top 10 list, and I don't remember exactly where he ranks on my top 10. I don't want to contradict myself, so I'm not going to give it to you. Go back and watch the video where I rank my top 10 players or top 25. I don't remember which one it was. But thank you very much again for tuning in today. This is Almighty Beast Mode. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.